Hello and welcome to Games with Hank. I'm playing the Stanley Parable again. Last time we had some confusion. Now I think I've started a new cycle over, so I'm just gonna head right back in from where I left off with these two open doors. Sticking my headphones on, we're going in to the world of the Parable. So Stanley Parable, very Inception. Let's go this way. Are you talking to me anymore? Hello? I went through the right door, so you're not talking to me. Okay, I've been here before.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tips
either.
for not getting fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Hello,
hoping he
broom
might
closet.
find an answer there.
It's so good to see you.
Stanley stepped
It's so
into
good
the
to
broom
see you
closet,
again.
but there was nothing here.
Yeah, I know.
So he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, I did. What about now? I went back in. Here, you like it? Okay, fine. Fine, Jeff, you get your way. I'm not going.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I didn't. I didn't do that. I just didn't do it. You said I did, but I didn't. Oh, a car!
But
Get in the
Stanley
car!
just
Why
couldn't
is the
do it.
lights on?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
It
He
made
might
me
be fired
nervous.
For that.
It made
And in such a competitive
made me
economy,
nervous.
why had he taken that risk?
Right.
All because he believed everyone had vanished.
And his
boss
family
would think
dead.
he was crazy.
Ooh.
And then something occurred to
That
Stanley.
looks gross.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
I
None of it
probably am
made any
crazy.
logical sense.
What's it say?
And as Stanley
Coffee
pondered
nut!
this, he began to make other strange observations.
Oh, yeah?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
I'm a crazy.
He just hadn't found the words for it.
I'm a crazy.
I'm dreaming!
Oh.
He yelled. This is all a dream.
It's all a dream!
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
That
an
makes so
explanation.
much sense.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
It's just a
He
bad
thought to himself,
dream.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Yeah.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
I had a
So,
dream last
he
night that I was
imagined
playing
himself
Five Nights at
flying
Freddy's
and began
underwater.
to gently
Ooh.
float above the ground.
Oh, sweet! I'm flying!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Ah.
It was so much
Why is there a
fun,
car?
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Yeah.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps
Where are
the
the
strangest
ladies?
question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
My stars.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
He's
Now
British.
the
Why
voice
is
was
he British?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
That is very
I'm
strange.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice
Why?
spoke to all people
Why did I
in the
name it
dream,
Jeff?
the truth was that, of course,
Why do I name
this was
everything
not a
Jeff?
dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Slow strafe.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a
Filing
part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Yeah, they look like little
that this
people
was
with
a dream.
faces.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Wake
He
up.
felt the cool weight of the blanket
Wake
on
up,
his skin,
Stanley.
the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Yeah.
Let me wake up,
Let me wake
he
up.
thought to himself.
Let me wake up.
I'm through with this
I'm
dream.
through with this dream.
I wish it to be over.
I wish it to be over.
Let me go back to my job.
Let me go back to
Let
my
me
job.
continue pushing the buttons.
Let me continue
Please.
pushing the
It's all I
buttons.
want.
Please, it's all I want.
I want my apartment,
I want my
and my
apartment,
wife,
and my
and my
wife,
job,
and my
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
My life is normal.
I am normal.
I am normal.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
I'm okay. Oh no. It didn't.
Stanley began.
I'm
screaming.
still here. Ah!
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, can someone tell me I am real? I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Ah!
And everything went black.
I had a stroke, you guys. Stanley stroked out.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh! Okay.
Mariella woke up on
Gender
a day
roles.
like any other. She
Where'd I wake
arose,
up?
got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of
Oh,
work.
wow. She found.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming
Oh, God.
to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
I'm Stanley.
Although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance,
Help me, Mariella.
for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Yeah.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows
Oh,
what
man.
crazy people look
This
like.
is embarrassing.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
But-
seeing this man made her feel better.
Well, that's good.
But then she
glad
remembered
I
the
could help.
meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
It's weird how
By
her
extension, the rest
bag
of her
is a
life.
shadow, but she
She had
doesn't.
no time for this.
That's weird.
So it was only a moment
She's a
that
vampire.
she stood there, staring down at the body.
The vampire.
And then she turned and ran.
Also, this car is parked incorrectly. She turned in. But did you call the police? Did she call the police? Well, thank you for watching this episode of Games with Hank. That was the Stanley Parable, the stroke ending, and the crazy person on the street ending. I'm not sure what they call the endings. I liked the part where I got to talk quietly into the microphone and then scream. Ah! You are great for being here watching me play the Stanley Parable. Thanks for joining me in DFTBA.